race as it unfolds. But for the moment, we shall flick down to our next final of the day.
Which is one of those old battles, Ed. Headington against Henley.
It definitely is. The two titans of junior rowing. These two crews both competed at Schools Head of the River this year, placing a 1-2 with Headington at the win, I believe, and Henley coming second. Don't quote me on that.
But as we see, it's Henley being a bit naughty, being told to get back on station, and it looks as though they've had the better of the starts. They've gone out to about a length there.
These really are my favourite boat classes to watch here, Greg. They just look so good when they're going, and when they're going this well, the speed that these athletes can produce.
So that Headington squad of Anna Mattox, Isabel McGee, Eleanor Giles and Katie Jeans, they've really got to up their game now if they're going to get closer to Henley. Darcy Smith, Della, Luke, and there's no doubt that where that Luke comes from, it's certainly got some great rowing genes there. Isabel Cotton and Holly Cookson. And they've gone out now to a length lead, just gone past that quarter-mile stage, looking very comfortable. I said earlier today, and I know the Headington girls work incredibly hard. If you follow their coach on Twitter, you can often see the work that they're being put through. But as I live fairly close to Henley, you know, coming through the dark nights, dark winter nights, you see these Henley athletes out running with their high-vis vests on almost every night. Their winter training is so hard, and this is why. This is the reward they get for that. They come to this world-class event, they get to the final, and they've put themselves into a position here where they're a length ahead of the old enemy Headington.
I imagine we'll see some of these athletes later on in their lives competing at international level. Both of these schools are breeding ground for fantastic female athletes that go on to represent in the under-23 and senior teams for Great Britain.
I think you said it a little earlier, Ed, that looking at the launches on the right-hand side, and you know, part of the reason we have those booms there is to stop the wash from the launches. You might see that there, there's a gap which allows crews to cross over the river. You could just see the ripple of the water coming across, and that affected Headington more than Henley. You see that Henley 3 girl there, she's shouting the instructions, as she was this morning when we watched her. But don't they scull well? The coaches at Henley do a fantastic job. Not only are they, you know, they're at the top of the game physically, but look at the technical aspects of this as well.
I've said it before and I'll say it again, and Henley today are the perfect example of this. When a quad is rowed well together, they are a symphony of movement. Just those blades clicking around together. You can almost hear the control and solidarity of those crew members.
And again, it's easy to forget, Ed, that these are girls, you know, who are in year 11 or year 10, in fact, but they're year 11, they're J16s, and they are sculling with huge maturity, you know, both Headington and Henley. So it's absolute testament to their devotion to their sport, but also, you know, the coaches, and sometimes coaches don't get thanked enough, I think, and they put in hours and hours of voluntary time, and you know, both of these the coaches who are involved with these crews deserve many plaudits. It's a great shot there. Both, there's very little in it in terms of technique. Just at the moment it looks like Henley have got the greater power, but Headington are just up their work rate and they're throwing everything in it. They don't want to leave anything in the boat.
I think that's something we'll see throughout the afternoon with all the finals that we've got coming up for you. Is even if you're in second place, you want to leave, and you want to leave everything out there on the course. You want to come in and just collapse on that landing stage, knowing that you did everything you can, even if it meant that you missed that victory by a boat length or two. But as we can see here, I think Headington are coming back on Henley in these closing stages, Greg.
Well, and you know, we got it so wrong in the last race, didn't? Well, I got it so wrong. Kent were half a length up. Marlow, that fantastic, honestly, brilliant burst.
Yeah.
But I think there we are. We've just seen it at the top right. It's Henley. Congratulations to them for winning the J16 quads.
Fantastic race there. And what I should imagine is another fantastic race coming up for you now. This is the final of the championship pairs, race number 373 of 2019 at Henley Women's Regatta, contested between Leander Club A and Cambridge University Women's Boat Club. Two clubs that I'm sure need no introduction, both famous not only in the UK but the world over. And it looks